As Zika dominated the international headlines in 2016, there was an influx of information about the spread of the virus, but very little about the emotional impact. With Zika now being tied to sexual transmission, a stigma has developed around the virus. Because of the stigma, it can be difficult for women and men to disclose a Zika diagnosis. I reached out to the principal investigator at the Maternal Infant Studies Center at the University of Puerto Rico to discuss her work with women who've been diagnosed with Zika and how she's addressing their medical and emotional needs. We were talking about the stigma surrounding Zika. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
I can tell you that the women with Zika right now, the pregnant women with Zika, they feel responsible and they feel blamed. Because if the prevention is you have to wear condoms and put on some mosquito repellent, and you got it, that means you didn't use your repellent, you didn't use the condoms, and it's your fault. And so they feel that they are responsible. The women are really afraid of coming out, of disclosing, and some of them have been abandoned by their partners because they had a diagnosis of Zika. So there's a lot of conversations regarding who do I tell, how do I mention this, do I tell my partner, my family, who should know? The epidemic has impacted me in a way that I never thought, because 30 years ago I started working with women living with HIV. So I was telling women exactly what I'm telling them now. Redoing my script. You are pregnant, you have this virus, we don't know what this virus causes, we might not know what this virus causes to your fetus, there's no treatments, there's no vaccines, so there's only prevention. Condoms is sexually transmitted. It's like it was the same script that I was using for women living with HIV. These are different viruses, but again, the social, the stigma, the need for support are there.
During my time in Puerto Rico, it was clear that the amount of information that is unknown or uncertain about Zika is startling. This makes decisions about when and if to try to become pregnant, or whether to continue a pregnancy, even more difficult for women. You're seeing a lot of women who are pregnant with Zika, and so when you see that woman for the first time, what kind of counseling do you provide to her?
We set apart a time to update them on what we know, what have we learned when we review our charts, the babies that have been born. This is what I tell them. You will hear from me things that are good or bad. I will tell you what we know. I will not hide from you any information. If we have it, you will have it. And for you to have the best knowledge and to make decisions. I do not know if this will be related to autism, to bipolar disorders, or maybe to nothing. Since we don't know, we cannot just say, you're okay, it's over. Once it's born, it's over. We cannot do that.
There's a lot of unknowns.